everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be doing a French girl inspired makeup that is easygoing and time effective. Alright, let's get started. I've started by cleansing my face and using a moisturizer, and first I'm going to apply a little bit of foundation. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Skin Tint with SPF 15. So this is a light coverage foundation, though it is buildable. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on with my finger so that it still looks like my skin texture. Because really, I'm not going for trying to cover up my skin, just for kind of trying to even out the skin tone a little bit. All right, now that I have this foundation on, I'm going to use concealer. I'm using Tarte Shape Tape in Neutral. I'm just gonna go ahead, dot a little bit under my eyes, and then go around and just kind of like, you know, just pinpoint those blemishes. Put some here for a little bit of highlight, some over my nose, my chin. And I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute just to get a little bit more tacky. And while we're doing that, I'm going to start with my eyebrows. Now my eyebrows are really sparse. You can see they kind of stop growing too much past here. So I like to pencil them in just a little bit on the outer parts to just kind of give them a more defined shape, make them look a little bit more like eyebrows. I'm using the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil to comb and then draw in the little individual hairs, kind of give my eyebrows a shape. Now I'm not going to overdraw them and carve them out and give them a real heavy cut definition, because we're kind of just focusing on embracing the shape that I have. So I'm not gonna try to change the shape too much. I'm gonna go with my own natural shape and just love my little eyebrows for who they are. All right, now that I've kind of filled in the sparse areas of my brows, I'm going to add some texture. I'm going to use Glossier Boy Brow in, I believe it's brown. Yes, brown. I'm just going to go in, and I'm not going to be too uniform with it. I'm just kind of, since my brows are real thin and sparse, I just kind of go in, maybe even like rough them up a little bit, go back and forth, just to make them appear a little bushier, a little more defined, but still looking like my natural eyebrows. And I've got those eyebrows done. I'm gonna go ahead and tap in the concealer that's had a minute to sit. Now I'm patting, bouncing my fingers instead of wiping, because when you wipe, you're more likely to uncover things like right here. And I don't want to uncover, I just want to blend. And as an aside, I did wash my hands first. You should wash your hands first too. You should be washing your hands anyways, given the state of the world and the pandemic we're having. And the fact that you are putting your hands next to your face and putting tools on your face that you've touched with your hands. But I trust that we are all responsible members of society here, and we are all washing our hands before we touch our faces. It is so hot in my apartment. There are several fires in Western Washington right now, which are making the air quality where I live not so fantastic. I mean, I can't imagine what the people living around these fires are going through. But because of the air pollution, I have all my windows closed, and it is approaching 80 degrees in my apartment. Which I guess is fine, because if we're going for a natural dewy skin, sweat's only gonna help that. Okay. So we've got the skin going in. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with my beauty blender, spritz it with a little facial spray. Little cucumber, oh, looks like I'm out. Ugh, and just put that in a little more because it's looking a little brighter than I want it to. Just gonna blend it out some more. So we're good there. Nothing too intense. Can still see my skin. Got some highlights. Covered up some distractions. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my eyeshadow. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Smoky Palette. I use the shade Whiskey to kind of define my brow bone in the inner corner and just kind of give my eye, or not really give my eye the shape, it already has the shape, but define the shape. I'm gonna take that just light brown with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to come in the crease here. Now, you hold your brush further down, it's easier to blend, and since I have hooded eyes, I'm gonna come up pretty far onto my brow bone, because you can see when I open my eyes, a lot of my lid space disappears. So I'm just gonna bring that up a little higher so that it doesn't get lost in the crease. You see, it's not too heavy, almost not even really all that noticeable. It really just kind of brings a shape to my eye socket, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Does anybody else have trouble doing makeup on the side of their face that is not where their dominant hand is? Like my right side, I'm fantastic, everything's great, but as soon as I have to go like this, I struggle. I think that looks good. And now I'm gonna go with the shade 13, and I'm just going to go with a brush that's just a little less fluffy, a little more dense. And I'm going to take that light shade, I'm just gonna come in here, kind of highlight my lid a little bit. Oh, I have cat hair on my face. Gross. On that side as well. And I'm going to take, I have another fluffy brush. I'm just gonna blend it with that clean brush. All right, now I'm gonna take a little smudging brush. And I'm gonna go back in with that color Whiskey, tap it off real good, and then just go back over my waterline and bring in some color along the lash line. And I'm gonna bring it most of the way, but I'm gonna stop maybe a couple millimeters before the corner of my eye. And I'm gonna go back in with the fluffier brush, and I'm just gonna also buff that out. Okay, now I'm going to take a brown eyeliner. This one is Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Eye Liquid Pencil in Barbella Brown. And I'm just gonna come across the top of my eyelid. I'm just gonna come here. It's okay, it was a little bit smudgy because I'm gonna smudge it and diffuse it anyway. I'm going to take my little smudging brush again. I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna work that really good into the lash line. I am going to take an angled brush and that eyeliner, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of the eyeliner on the angled brush, and I'm going to wing out my eyeliner just ever so slightly. Fill that in. All right, and I'm gonna repeat on the other side. And I'm gonna come in with the liner that's still on this brush, and I'm just gonna connect my bottom lid to the wing. This is what's left over on the brush. I need to grab some more. All right, now I'm going to take my eyelash curlers, curl my lashes. I have little baby lashes, so it's a challenge to get them in there without pinching my eyeball. This other side. I'm gonna go in and do mascara. You can use black mascara if you prefer. I usually just wear like a dark brown, and that's what I'm gonna do for this look. And something I like to do to just kind of make it meld together even more, just go in with a clean spoolie and just brush it out. Okay, and I think that's gonna do it for the eyes. The camera stopped recording, so if the camera angle's a little different, that's why, but we're all good now. Anyways, let's get back to it. We were bronzing, and I was using the Tartiest Contour Palette by Tarte and using shade number 5 here at the bottom. And I'm just gonna come through around my hairline and then down on my cheekbone. I'm not using bronzer to really carve my facial features out, just giving myself a little bit more definition. Blending that real good. Now I'm going to come down here, define my jaw just a little bit more. Blend that in. Now, after I apply bronzer, I like to just take a big fluffy brush and just blend it even more. I want to give my face some color, but I don't want to go too pink. So I've kind of taken a little bit more orangey. I'm going to use the Glossier Cloud Paint in shade Dust. Now with this stuff, a little bit goes a really long way, and it likes to hop out of the tube super fast. So you just kind of gotta get a little bit of little dab right there. And I just take my fingers and very lightly apply it in the same way that I would highlight. And what this does is, at least for my face, I like it to look this way, but it accentuates the cheekbones and gives structure to the face, rather than if you put it on your apple, it just kind of makes you look really round, and it's got a really good youthful look to it, but that's not what I'm going for. Alright. Oh, hello. It would appear that we have a visitor. You want to tell the peoples hello? No. She hates being held. But I love it. Okay, I put you down. Alright, now that we got everything else put together, we're going to go in for my favorite part, lips. I want to start with some lip balm. And just use your favorite. Go in there, just make sure I got moisture and slip. Now I'm going to take the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Alabama. I'm just going to lightly outline my lips. I'm not going to do like a heavy line because I don't want to, I'm not trying to do something really dark and graphic and like big and glam. I just want the outline so I have I know where I want to put my lipstick. What your lip liner also does is it helps keep your lipstick in place. I put on lip balm because I want it to have a good slip to it, but I still want it to stay where I put it. So I'm going to take the NYX matte lipstick, also in the shade Alabama, and I'm just going to kind of lightly tap on my lips. That color. Again, I'm not going for something heavy and graphic and super glam. I'm just kind of going for a nice, easygoing pop of color. But that concludes our look today. I'm gonna go ahead and take my hair down and then give you guys some final looks.